You might not know this, but in many countries around the world today, the gender ratio is significantly skewed, leading to situations where many women are left alone, or even forced to share a husband because they can't find a life partner. This might sound unbelievable, but in today's video, I'm going to reveal to you 10 strange countries where men are rare commodities and highly sought after. In fact, there are countries where men are almost extinct. If you're a single man, you might want to try your luck by visiting these countries. You might just return with a beautiful wife. So what are we waiting for? Let's explore these unusual lands right now. Number 10. Belarus. Coming in at number 10 today is Belarus, a country in Europe. Belarus is facing an increasingly severe gender imbalance, with the gap between men and women growing wider. While many Asian countries like Vietnam and China have a tradition of valuing sons, leading to a male-to-female ratio where there are 115 boys for every 100 girls, meaning 15 men might not find a wife, this leads many young men to face two choices: remain single for life or consider alternative lifestyles. But Belarus could be the solution for these men. Contrary to Asia, Belarus has an incredibly skewed birth ratio, with about 87 men for every 100 women. This means that for every 100 girls there are 13 who might struggle to find a husband. So, what are you waiting for? Pack your bags and head off to rescue these beautiful girls. What's special is that Belarusian women are among the top beauties of Europe, with their alluring and sophisticated figures. Women here are considered the country's strategic assets. It's no surprise that you'll find many women with beauty rivaling that of pageant winners, so much so that some people even mistake them for having undergone cosmetic surgery due to their perfect features. But in reality, all of this is inherited from the good lineage of the ancient Slavs, giving them unique beauty. Large, clear eyes, high nose bridges, sharp chins, deep-set eyes, and prominent cheekbones. These features make their faces stand out and have depth. Combined with the European climate, these women possess fair skin and tall, slender figures. They are also intelligent and highly educated, with many holding important positions in courts, government, and councils. But despite having everything, these women still struggle to find a husband because, if they don't act fast, someone else might take him. As the years go by, the number of single women in Belarus keeps increasing. Many of them even consider marrying foreigners because the chances of getting married locally are too slim, and they don't want to waste their youth waiting. But the government has quickly issued a ban, fearing that the country's strategic beauties might all leave, causing a population drain. Moreover, Belarusians take great pride in their pure Slavic bloodline, so if too many women marry foreigners, it could lead to a dilution of their heritage. They believe that losing a large number of outstanding women to foreign marriages would directly impact the country's population quality. So, the government has decided to strictly control and oversee women marrying outside the country. Any Belarusian woman wishing to go abroad must first obtain permission. This makes Belarus the only country in the world that doesn't allow its women to marry outside. If you want to marry a Belarusian woman, you have to renounce your citizenship and become a Belarusian citizen. So, are any of you ready to make the sacrifice to marry a beautiful and talented Belarusian woman? 9. Yoja. Not far behind Belarus, let's step into one of the most extraordinary places on earth where men are not just rare, they're completely absent. In the heart of Kenya's Samburu Plains lies Yoja, a women-only community that stands as a symbol of strength and resilience. The women of Yoja embody empowerment. With their strong figures, shaped by the demands of daily life, and their hair traditionally braided or cut short, they exude a deep cultural identity. Their warm black eyes reflect passion and an unshakable spirit, while their radiant skin, ranging from deep brown to black, symbolizes their beauty and connection to the land. Founded in 1990 by 15 courageous women who survived attacks by British soldiers, Yoja has since become a refuge for those fleeing child marriage and domestic violence. Over time, this community has grown as more women seek protection within Yoja's safe embrace. This entirely self-sufficient community, free from male interference, is a powerful symbol of female autonomy. The women here are not only skilled artisans, creating beautiful jewelry that sustains their community, but also fierce advocates for women's rights, inspiring others with their courage. Village leader Rebecca Lowley, who envisioned this women-only sanctuary, has faced brutal opposition but remains steadfast. Her determination has helped build a community where women can live without fear of the dangers they once endured. In contrast to the patriarchal norms that silence women around the world, Yoga is a place where women's voices are heard and respected. Ask yourself, can you imagine living in a society entirely run by women? And if given the chance, would you have the courage to face the power of these women? 8. Hungary. Hungary, located in the heart of Europe, is currently facing a significant shortage of men. In 2024, Hungary had approximately 911 men for every 1,000 women, a notable imbalance that has prompted the government to implement strong measures to encourage family growth. One of the most prominent policies is the support for large families. Women with 4 or more children are exempt from taxes for life. Additionally, the government offers generous subsidies of up to $8,400 for the purchase of 7-seater vehicles. Women under 40, marrying for the first time, can receive an interest-free loan of nearly $34,000, which is forgiven if they have 3 children. These measures demonstrate Hungary's strong commitment to boosting birth rates. Hungarian women are admired for their combination of beauty, intelligence, and cultural richness. They have graceful curves, thick hair, and an elegant fashion sense that makes them stand out in a crowd. Many of them are fluent in English and can integrate well into multicultural environments. They balance traditional values with modern life, managing work, family, and social activities. However, the gender dynamics in Hungary are complex. The election of Katalin Novak as the first female president in March 2022 was a significant step forward, but the country still lags in female political representation, with only 1 female minister. This highlights the gender imbalance in Hungary's political sphere, even as women are celebrated in other aspects of society. If you want to experience life in a place where government policies encourage you to have lots of children and live a prosperous family life, Hungary might be the right choice. 7. Latvia. Next on our list is Latvia, the gem of Northern Europe. Latvia is a small country with an area of just about 64,000 square kilometers, located on the Baltic Sea between Lithuania and Estonia. The landscape of this country is marked by vast beaches and dense forests. However, Latvia is facing an unprecedented challenge in maintaining its population. With just over 1.8 million people as of 2024, Latvia has one of the most striking gender imbalances in the world. For every 100 women, there are only 85 men, meaning Latvia has 140,000 more women than men. Famous for being a land of beauties, Latvian women are known to be the hottest in Northern Europe, but behind their looks lies a brilliant mind. Most Latvian women have high IQs, so it's no surprise that they are often described as God's masterpieces. Despite this, 3/4 of Latvian women are facing the extremely dire situation of being single. So, what's the reason behind this? To clarify this issue, we need to go back to the years of World War II, when Latvian men were forced to go to war and many of them died on the battlefield, causing a shortage of men that persists to this day. This has led to Latvian women, even those of marriageable age, struggling to find a husband. As a result, men in Latvia are considered rare commodities, and any woman who wants one has to compete fiercely. After all, who wants to be single for life, right? The government even enacted a new marriage law in this country, allowing one man to marry up to 10 wives. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and try your luck, gentlemen. 6. Russia. Russia, the largest country in Europe, is home to millions of single women who are facing an increasingly grim reality. By 2036, over 10 million women may never get married. The only region in Russia where men outnumber women is the remote Chukotka Autonomous Okrug. This gender imbalance isn't due to selective birth practices but rather the tragically high mortality rate among Russian men. At birth, the gender ratio in Russia is nearly balanced, with 947 girls for every 1,000 boys. However, by the age of 25, women begin to outnumber men, and by age 60, the ratio becomes 2 women for every man. The primary cause of this staggering disparity is the excessive consumption of vodka, which has devastated generations. Alcohol has always cast a long shadow over Russian life. In 2013, the average Russian drank about 18 liters of alcohol per year, equivalent to 55 cans of beer per person. This excessive drinking contributes to the heartbreaking reality that 50,000 people die annually in Russia from alcohol-related causes. However, by 2018, the average consumption had decreased to 10.3 liters per person per year, offering a glimmer of hope. Vodka in Russia is not just a drink, it's a cultural symbol. During economic crises, it has even replaced money as a form of payment. Russian women, often celebrated in literature and media, are known for their beauty, intelligence, and resilience. They possess an enigmatic charm, with captivating eyes and a deep commitment to family values, balancing femininity and independence. Many are highly educated, holding degrees in fields such as science, literature, and the arts. In stark contrast, China faces the opposite problem, with over 30 million more men than women. This discrepancy has led to interest in marriages between Russians and Chinese, but these marriages are fraught with cultural challenges. Some Chinese men are hesitant to marry Russian women, influenced by stereotypes about body odor linked to diet and concerns about post-pregnancy weight gain. The gender imbalance in Russia presents both opportunities and challenges for single men worldwide. The allure of Russian women and the country's rich cultural tapestry indeed offer a compelling draw that's hard to resist. Number 5. Nepal. Nepal is a country where women often find themselves pregnant but only meet their husbands a few times a year. In the small town of Brucha, women take on nearly all daily tasks, running grocery stores, carrying grain, and fetching water. But where are the men? As of 2024, the gender ratio in Nepal has dropped to just 878 men for every 1,000 women, leaving many young brides facing a life of loneliness. Marriage in Nepal often means years of solitude, where a wife only sees her husband a few times a year. Imagine being married for 4 years and still yearning for the rare occasions when your husband comes home. In Nepal, it's common to see women praying and cooking alone while their husbands work thousands of miles away in the Middle East. Some women, by the age of 36, have only seen their husbands twice in 6 years. Over the past decade, 1/3 of Nepal's population has left the country in search of work, leaving the elderly, women, and children to fend for themselves. With unemployment rates reaching 46%, labor migration has become the only hope for many. This economic desperation has led to a rise in the number of unmarried women and a tragic increase in the trafficking of 12,000 to 15,000 Nepalese girls into slavery across Asia each year. The situation is further worsened by the low literacy rate among women, which stands at just 57%. However, the women who remain are resilient, petite, and graceful, with almond-shaped eyes full of mystery and emotion. They embody strength in silence, upholding traditional beliefs in love and marriage, valuing loyalty and commitment in relationships meant to last a lifetime. If you think simply moving here will lead you to true love, think again. You'll need to face more challenges than just falling for a beautiful Nepalese girl. Number 4. Kazakhstan. Don't take your eyes off the screen because we're heading to a very special country in today's video, Kazakhstan. Spanning nearly 3 million square kilometers, it stretches from Eastern Europe all the way to Western Asia, making it the 9th largest country in the world. If you were to travel by local train from the westernmost point to the easternmost point of Kazakhstan, it would take you 50 hours, and that's just one way. Compared to other Central Asian countries of the former Soviet Union, Kazakhstan is currently the wealthiest, accounting for 60% of the entire region's GDP. This figure is thanks to its oil and mineral extraction industries. Kazakhstan is also the world's largest exporter of uranium, holding 12% of the Earth's uranium reserves. However, gender imbalance is becoming a nightmare for this country. Currently, the male-to-female ratio here is 944 men for every 1,000 women, a significant imbalance. This disparity doesn't just exist in dry statistics, it also strongly affects social order. Previously, when the gender gap wasn't as pronounced, early marriages or bride kidnapping often occurred. However, today, these practices have been abolished, not only because they violate modern ethical and legal standards, but also because they impact the marriage rate. One of the most important rules still followed by Kazakhs to this day is the Adad Convention, which prohibits marriage between people with the same surname for 7 consecutive generations. Additionally, a bride cannot be more than 8 years older than the groom, and the groom cannot be more than 25 years older than the bride. Weddings used to last for several days, but nowadays modern Kazakh weddings have become more similar to typical European weddings, taking place in just one day. This reflects the adaptation of Kazakh society to the new situation where gender imbalance is changing the approach to marriage. Kazakh women always stand out with their exceptional beauty and intelligence, influenced by a blend of cultures from both Europe and Asia. They possess harmonious features, from alluring olive to brown skin, and almond-shaped eyes full of allure, complemented by well-proportioned bodies. It's not just their appearance. Kazakh women are also known for their ability to speak multiple languages, including Kazakh, Russian, and English, which only adds to their value. However, no matter how talented and beautiful they are, their married life is also affected by gender imbalance. This has led to some men wanting to have many children with multiple wives, raising concerns about the welfare of women and children in such families. Sadly, government statistics show that 1 in 6 women has experienced domestic violence from their partner. After learning about the beautiful women of Kazakhstan, would you like to come here to find your ideal partner? Leave a comment below this video. Number 3. Monaco. You're probably quite familiar with Monaco, a country that spans nearly 2 square kilometers where 1 in 3 people is a millionaire. With an area of just 1.98 square kilometers and a population of 39,244 as of 2020, Monaco is one of the most densely populated countries on the planet. This tiny kingdom, nestled between Italy and France, is the second smallest country in the world, only larger than the Vatican. To put it in perspective, Monaco is even smaller than Central Park in New York, USA. In addition to being recognized as the second smallest country globally, Monaco also holds another record. It's the second richest country in the world when measured by per capita income. In 2019, its GDP per capita was $166,200. Alongside its fascinating wealth, Monaco is also among the top 10 countries with the fewest men on the planet. With a population of around 38,000 people, Monaco has a significant gender imbalance, with only 91 boys born for every 100 girls, leading to a daunting gender disparity. Not to mention, Monaco's glamorous and luxurious appeal continuously attracts women from all over the world. Women in Monaco are known as embodiments of elegance and beauty, with lifestyles shaped by meticulous exercise routines and skincare regimens. They are well-educated, multilingual, and frequently attend exclusive events like the Monaco Grand Prix or lavish yacht parties. However, despite being surrounded by wealth, these women often face profound solitude. This combination of wealth and beauty makes Monaco a unique and enchanting destination where luxury and elegance reign supreme. Number 2. Ukraine. Ukraine is grappling with a serious gender imbalance, with only about 861 men for every 1,000 women. This disparity has worsened due to ongoing war and economic hardships. By 2024, the population has dwindled to just 29 million, less than half of the 52 million people in 1991. This dramatic decline is a heartbreaking testament to the impacts of conflict and economic crisis. Amid this situation, surrogacy services have unexpectedly emerged as a lifeline for the economy, with the government regulating and accepting it as a legitimate profession. In southwestern Ukraine, in the village of MP, there are almost no men of fighting age left, with many having gone to war or perished. Women have had to fill this void, particularly those in medical or pharmaceutical professions who have been required to join the military since January 2024. The Ministry of Defense has reflected this shift by purchasing 50,000 sets of female uniforms, indicating the growing role of women in the armed forces. Beyond this, Ukrainian women are also breaking barriers in traditionally male-dominated fields like mining, with hundreds of women operating heavy machinery underground at depths of up to 500 meters. Currently, around 60,000 women serve in the Ukrainian military, including 5,000 who operate in direct combat roles. However, Ukrainian women are not just soldiers and miners, they are also leaders in business. Over half of the 36,000 small and medium-sized enterprises in Ukraine are run by women. Ukrainian women are renowned for their striking beauty, a blend of Slavic and European features. However, their appeal goes beyond appearance. Their strength, compassion, and resilience are deeply rooted in the country's history. With increasing proficiency in English, particularly among the younger generation, Ukrainian women are becoming more globally connected, enhancing their influence on the world stage. They have courageously taken on traditional male roles under the pressures of war and economic survival. So if you're looking for a talented wife, why not try your luck in Ukraine? Number 1. Estonia. And finally we arrive at Estonia, a small Nordic country nestled between Russia and Latvia where women outnumber men. The current gender ratio in Estonia is over 52% women to 48% men. a disparity rooted in historical conflicts that have severely impacted the population. Estonia is known for producing world-class models, with women who are not only extraordinarily beautiful, but also highly talented and intelligent. In fact, nearly 2/3 of Estonian women hold bachelor's degrees, making them one of the most educated female groups in the world. This high level of education contributes to a strong female workforce, with women comprising over 60% of the country's total workforce. A unique aspect of Estonia is the island of Kihnu, often referred to as the Kingdom of Women. Men are rarely seen here, as women have taken on nearly every aspect of life on the island. This shift in power dates to the 19th century when Kihnu men were forced to leave the island to fish and find food to sustain the community. In their absence, the older women rose to leadership roles and preserved the island's ancient traditions. Today, Kihnu women continue to manage and decide nearly everything on the island, except one task. They do not dig graves, a traditional duty left to men. If you're curious about life in a place where women hold power and run everything, visit Kihnu, where you'll experience a unique society with ancient customs and traditions. But keep in mind, if you're a man, you might not always be welcomed. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. Also, don't forget to leave a comment about the next country you'd like to see featured on the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos.